the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA on 2K Sports, Ernie Johnson with colleagues Shaq and Ken Smith. And tonight, it'll be the 76ers going up against Houston. Taking a look at the Rockets, it's been exactly the kind of start to the season that they were shooting for. They've lost only once in their first 7 games. Can't ask for much more than that. And we saw flashes of it last year. But after the long wait, it appears that Joel, the process Embiid, is the real deal. Big fella, if he stays healthy, can he be the best big man in the league?
I say yes. And even though we compare him to a lot of big men, Hakeem, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing, I'm going to say he's more like Chris Webber. Great shot from the outside and post moves that are beyond his years. Very fluid. I like this kid. The new C. Webb, that's his name.
Think he could give you 30?
Oh, no, not at all.
So you're not serious.
Yes, he was so happy about it.
You can cancel that one. I know where you can get me 30.
Well, I think it's rare to see guys his size, obviously.
Stop it. I did it.
Now
Don't say rare when I did it.
Now he doesn't
Don't say rare when I did it.
Suddenly he's not that hot on Joel Embiid.
Rare is meaning it's 5 or less, and there are not. You're one of the 5.
Okay.
So 5
You're
or less.
medium rare.
Hakeem,
Yourself.
C. Webb.
No, C. Webb is not too big. He's not too big. C. Webb is 6'9".
Take it to Kevin before I knock Kenny out.
Okay, excellent point. Kevin, take it. Looking at the last game for the Houston Rockets, it was a win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
Away from home, you got to execute, and they did that flawlessly.
Yeah, and they also controlled the pace of the game for most of the night. Outstanding effort in a hostile environment.
Tip-off goes to Houston. Look at the 76ers starting group. They've got the bodyguard. Addis went out there with Simmons. And it's prime time. And it's the machine in at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here's Ariza. Floats one. He lays it in. Ariza's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Rockets. And in these early stages, Chris, of the season, how quickly do you start to get a sense of where your team stands and how good they can be, or how bad they might be?
I would say that first 20 games is a really good kind of litmus test. Gives you a pretty good gauge to see where your team is. You're going to get to play against teams from both conferences. You have some really good teams and bad teams in that mix. So you kind of see how you play in all situations. Those first 20 games, you establish who you are.
One at the line is good.
Well, it had been a little bit of a bumpy ride for Mike D'Antoni before coming to Houston. He had underwhelming results in New York and LA before taking time off from coaching. But he's found great success since coming back to the Rockets.
And he makes the first and misses the second. And when the Rockets hired Mike D'Antoni, there wasn't a lot of fanfare, but this has turned out to be one of the best fits in his coaching career. In fact, he was the NBA Coach of the Year last season.
You never know how a coach will mesh with the team, and D'Antoni has fit in perfectly here. He made some changes early on and has the Rockets as a great offensive powerhouse. He even has the team playing some defense. I mean, something his teams have never been known for.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I can tell you what it's like. Football, having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
One shot.
And one reason why the Rockets were okay with letting Dwight Howard leave was because they knew that Clint Capella could fill that role. He quietly gives this team that finisher down the block, and he has been absolutely, Chris, huge for the Rockets.
Oh yeah, maybe the best in the league at finishing off lobs last year. Not the most spectacular, but the most consistent finisher on that pick and roll because he's so active without the ball. Always moving, giving guards a target, great hands to catch it from.
Here's Capella after Ben Simmons bucket. Pushing it up. There's Gaddis one. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's going to be on James Harden. For Philadelphia, they have shot 2 free throws and they won 2 so far.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Free throw is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Well, the Rockets have a pretty simple game plan. Put up a ton of threes and get as many deep threats on the floor as you can.
Screen by Capella. And shot on the way. Harden can't hit.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Well, I like the decision making. That's a shot you want.
From 12 feet out. Yep, that one goes. Harden's got his first bucket in this one. And often we can exaggerate about how much a team hoists up the threes, but it isn't an exaggeration with the Rockets. They do it at a record pace.
Oh yeah, at times last season, almost half of their shots were from 3. By far the most three-point attempts in the league. When you look at their offensive numbers, and clearly it was the right approach for them.
Now here's Taylor. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Oh! And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
How about the activity of Simmons, mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult on the opposition? So good at getting steals.
Here's Taylor. Back to Harden. Three-pointer. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Pass to Battister. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Taylor with the ball. Outguarded by Simmons. Taylor with the ball. Back to Anderson from outside the arc. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Philadelphia trails by 3. To the wing right side. The pass to Primetime. Philadelphia moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. The machine passes to Battister. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Battister's got 5 now.
Against Lynn, he does a nice job of creating just enough separation.
Yeah, but he has a big height advantage, but that's somewhat mitigated out there on that perimeter. You got to come check that out.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going after it.
And too long on the shot.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Yeah, coming off a good pick, you want to get that one. He gets the separation he needs. I know he would love to have that one back.
Anderson wide open. A 3-pointer off the mark.
You can't fault him for taking a 3 when he's that wide open. You can't pass that shot.
Stolen by Anderson. Taylor against Simmons. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And so it's Houston with it. 3-point lead. Screened by Capella. And Harden wide open. He shoots. It's good from long range. Harden's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Rockets. That's to the machine. One shot from 20 feet away. And Capella sends it back. Here's Gaddis one. Gets it to go from 18 feet away. He has 7.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Well, he created a little separation from that mid-range. Just a good shot for him in that situation.
A reason to lie. Philadelphia trails by 4. Passes it to the machine. Launches it. And that one is off. Good work defensively by Capella. Harden outside. Takes the 13-footer. A team short, but it's good off the front iron. Harden's got 10 points.
He has them really. They haven't had an answer for him this quarter.
It's tipped. Stolen by Harden. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Wow, what a sensational quarter for them. And as long as they have this lead, I'll keep going to him again and again and again.
Here's the bodyguard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And what patience from Simmons on offense. So skilled at making the D feel nervous when he has to rock.
First trip to the line for him here.
That Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anderson, and Gordon subbed in for Taylor. And the second free throw, good. Here is Harden. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Nene with the screen on Simmons. Ariza has the open look. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. He's got 5.
And the three-point shooting skills of Ariza are just lethal. A volume shooter from there, flat out light it up.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the road.
But especially important on the road, seeking those deep shots makes it hard for the other team to build momentum.
Is checked in for prime time. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorer. James Harden is second.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Here's Gordon. He's another guy who had a stellar performance in the win against Memphis. Houston moving it around. Nene, the screen. Here's Tucker. Got a hand on it. Here's the bodyguard. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack. Whenever possible.
Harden kicks to the net. Ariza outside. The dish to Harden. Now the feed to Nene. Pocket 4. It's going to be 2 free throws. True contact on the shot. And part of analyzing a game can be offering a fourth critique of players or officials or organizations. Chris, how do you find that balance of candor and yet not being too critical, being too harsh?
Great question. The way I try to have an honest balance is to remember how I felt when it happened to me.
Interesting.
When you're a player, if someone comes with hard, credible evidence, I mean, it's true. You can't take anything personal. But when guys are just criticizing the same jump shot that you made last play, I'm not that guy. So, I try to keep a balance by being fair and honest, first of all, to the fans of that city and that state. And letting them know how great their team is, but also that maybe their team is playing lazy. Maybe look at this effort not out there by the floor. But also, in a blowout game, I also give the team that's losing by 30 just as much respect as I do the winning team, because those guys work just as hard. This is just a specific night they didn't play that well. So I just try to make every game as special as it is to me, from being a kid growing up to being able to play in the league, but then also just being fair. Benefit of the doubt first, and if you do 2 or 3 stupid things, then you're a stupid player that night. Just being honest, having fun. And I've got some calls from players, and I don't care. I'm not hard to find. I just try to have fun, be honest, and no hard feelings.
Here's Pattis one. A tremendous game played against Dallas. Sinks the triple.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Gordon a screen. Now, here's Harden. Guarded closely. Williams hits the bucket.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And the pass to Bannister. From deep three-point range, another 3 for Philadelphia.
Well, this guy, his motor is always the same. No matter what the score of the game is, he always remains aggressive.
Nene, the screen. Now here's Harden. He's covered closely. And here's Tucker. No No score yet from him, but that's likely to change over Sharich. And the shot no good, a bit short. Philadelphia trails by 6.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. The Rockets shooting has been tremendous early. Their offense looking primed and ready for this match. Harden dishes to Gordon. Nene setting the pick for Williams. He kicks it to Harden. Nene with screen. Harden the pass to Nene. Ball is not loose. And yes, it's good. And the Rockets lead by 6.
Man, it's just been an avalanche of points here in the early going.
Yeah, both teams have come out with solid offensive strategies. And then, of course, guys finish.
Takes the 3. They get the rebound. And Chen shot again, Philadelphia.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his length.
Oh, come on, he's fluid from that medium range. He gets everything working together.
Oh, here's Gordon. Lets the 3 fly. Tries again. And Harden lays it in. Harden's got 14 points for the game.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Baddest one drains the 3-pointer.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Now Gordon hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change. From deep. Here's Nene. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Look at the intensity of Nene, one of the strongest guys in the game. Phenomenal at scoring the ball inside.
Here's prime time. He's guarded by Williams. Here's prime time. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Harden kicks to Gordon. On the way, Williams. And it's Troy Williams with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
It's really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Tarek Black, he's checked in for the Rockets. Then for the 76ers, Otter Covington's checked in for prime time. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for baddest one. 18 feet out. Black grabs the board. Houston in the lead. Gordon dishes to Nene. Pass to Tucker. Back to Nene. Harden with a screen on Sharich. Nene, the pass to Tucker. Here's Black. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Dishes it to Embiid. Pass to the bodyguard. Feeds it to Covington. Another miss by Philadelphia.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They set the pick. And here's Harden for 3. It's good again in an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. The bodyguards get 5 now.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Tucker. And another 3 for Houston.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Now I love it, Greg. Both sides are quickly damaged from the winner. We'll see how the defense adjusts.
James Harden getting it done for Houston. He delivered 9 points from 3-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. And we'll be right back after this. to start up. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a number standpoint?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
Well, yeah, this is how they squeezed out extra possessions and captured the early lead.
Philadelphia trails by 7. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Houston, PJ Tucker is out there with Nene. Then there's Gordon, and it's Taylor in at the point guard position. Here's the bodyguard. Good on the three-point shot. The bodyguard's got the first basket of the second quarter for the 76ers. Taylor kicks it to Tucker. He dishes it to Gordon. There's the screen to the paint. Layup off the pin. And it's good on the way. Black's got his second bucket tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Prime time, the pass to Reddick. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on the play.
Now, here's Tucker. Outside Gordon. Nene, the screen. 5 on the clock. Here's the 3. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. And let's take a look at the playmaking here. This chart with the assist totals split between the front court and the back court tonight for the Rockets.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. You watch the way Eric Gordon releases the ball from deep, and you just have to love it. He gets it going, Chris, all in one motion, and you can see the power in his legs when he rises up.
Oh, Gordon for his career has always been a great coach. The Rockets need the most of his ability to shoot the three from deep with their style of play. He's right near the top of the league. 3-point shots per game.
Now here's Taylor from downtown. His fourth shot, his fourth miss. Still looking for his touch tonight. This is it to prime time. Here's the bodyguard. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
Nene, the screen. Taylor kicks to Black. Now here's Tucker, defended by Covington. Nene with the screen on Covington. Here's Tucker. And that one's on target from the wing. Tucker's got 5 now. Second quarter play with almost 3 minutes gone. Outside, Reddick. He feeds it to Embiid. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And so it's Houston with it. They've led by as much as 10. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. Down to the first half of a 2-game trip. Embiid comes with a double team. Taylor dishes to Tucker. Nene with the screen on Covington. 4 on the clock. Here's Tucker. Again, the Rockets score.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
It's Covington on the wing. The pass to prime time. Again, Philadelphia.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay them too much attention, that just leaves other guys open. It is too difficult of an adjustment to make.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game for the Rockets. Anderson comes in for Nene. And Trevor Ariza has subbed in for PJ Tucker. Philadelphia also making some changes. Sharch checked in for prime time. Banished one comes in for J.J. Reddick. And it's T.J. McConnell in for the bodyguard. Now here's Taylor. Anderson the screen. Kicks it to Black. Houston needs to get a shot. Leads up. Another miss by Houston.
Yeah, not a great shot there, especially when you got a lockdown defender guarding.
No, I mean, there had to be a better option that time down the court. That's just a missed opportunity.
13 feet away. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficient.
Gordon a screen. Here's Taylor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 1.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's the dish to Sharge. That's the baddest one. There's the feed to Embiid. Pulls up on the wing. Rockets with the rebound.
He a little slow to get in space. They're fortunate to get caught.
Jordan for 3. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And here we can check out the story on Dario Saric. Last season's performance for him averaged about 13 points a game last season, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Year 1, he had to kind of find his way, but he seems poised to make some big strides here in his sophomore season.
Well, the team wants him to carve out a larger role for himself. But talent-wise, he's definitely got it in.
Crystal on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals that come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The 76ers shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Houston making a switch. Capella's checked in. As a Michigan man, Chris, we know you're always following Big Ten action. Who are your favorite players out of the Big Ten currently playing in the NBA?
Man, I don't know if I'll be able to go home after this, but I love Mike Conley. Oh, man, I love this game. I love everything about him. His father, he comes from an athletic family. I just hate the fact that he's a Buck. But he's one of my favorites. And, of course, you know, you got to look at a kid named Tim Hardaway Jr. and Glenn Robinson III, dunk contest winner. Those guys went to a pretty good university in the Big Ten, so there's a lot of great talent coming out of the Big Ten.
Can I mention a couple others like Draymond Green from just down the road in Ann Arbor, who played in East Lansing? Can I talk about him?
I love Draymond. When he was growing up watching him play in Michigan in high school, I always knew he was going to be a great talent. So yeah, even though he wore the green and white in college, I'm still a big fan of his too. I think the Big Ten definitely represents well in the NBA.
Here's Gordon. Philadelphia able to bring the fruit. Good in the shot.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality looking shot. Well, last season certainly it was one to remember for Eric Gordon. I mean, he was once a forgotten player, and that happened because of his injury. But he came back to be one of the key parts in a fantastic season for the Rockets.
Signing in did fly under the radar just a bit. He had been injured so much, and people didn't really know what to expect, mostly because nobody knew, with all those injuries, if he could play a full season. Well, he played 75 games last year.
Yeah, Kevin, he came off the bench as well, which was perfect fit for that team and for him. I mean, he was able to find his groove, and he was able to hit a big scoring number. He's always been nice offensively. We got to show it off.
Offensive rebound. And Sharch kicks to Covington, passing to Batterstone. Goes up again. The shot that time, not on target. And Houston the other way. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Taylor. On the wing, Eric Gordon. 5 points in the game. A 3 from Anderson. Connects from three-point range. Now it's a 3-point Rocket lead.
That's why the man gets paid. This is something Anderson does very well.
for baddest one.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Now here's Gordon. Anderson the screen. Now on the play, basket count, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Houston shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Houston making some changes. Troy Williams checked in for a reason. And it's James Harden in for Taylor. The Machines checked in for Philadelphia. The bodyguard comes in for T.J. McConnell.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
He's healthy. Gordon is extremely effective. An incredible scorer who fills up the stat sheet.
Pass the baddest one. He kicks to Covington from downtown. The rebound by Anderson. Houston leading by 3. They get a hand on it. It's going to be out of bounds for Rockets. Will retain possession.
All right, chance to check out stats for Harden. Coming off a terrific season. First in assists, second in scoring, and he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor. An absolute magician with the basketball. Capella sets a screen for Williams, and he could not pick that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Rockets shoot their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good for Williams. Well, we always hear about how some guys are locker room leaders or a veteran presence on a team. Chris, how quickly does someone establish themselves as a team leader? It's universally embraced by the rest of the team.
It's tough. You know, some guys can come in and do it day one, but I think that we've seen a lot of leaders grow, whether it was a great leader like a 2-time MVP in Nash. It took some years first for him to understand himself and then kind of let his leadership just follow that on the court. We bring that to today. A guy like a John Wall, it's taken him about 4 or 5 years to really learn to be around veterans, but guys are coming in younger now, and so I think that it's going to take a little bit of time to develop, but as long as they're continuing to learn, as long as they're continuing to put the effort out, because you're a leader first by what you do, not by what you say. And so if you are trying to figure your way out and work hard, then you're being a leader. People are figuring it out. It's usually when does the vocal part come in, along with kind of leading by an example. And so I think for every person it's different. It's a lot of fun watching because when they get to that point, you definitely see some development, both mentally and physically, when you know they're taking over the reins like a guy like John Wall has.
Good inside. And it's the 76ers with the ball after Clint Capella's miss. Here's crime time. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
He has been unguarded. No one has been able to figure him out.
Now here's Harden. He's got 17. Anderson the screen. Here's Williams. That's his 2nd shot and his 2nd basket. He's 2 for 2. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Here is Harden. This is to Gordon. Back to Harden. Anderson the screen. Trying to shoot. And so he draws the foul on the shot and trip to the line to shoot 2. Well, across the board last season, James Harden, Greg, saw his numbers jump through the roof, but he showed improvement both in his defensive engagement as well as his rebounding. Not something that a lot of us saw coming.
That's a good point. And with Harden, I think the rebounding is the really surprising number. Went from being an average rebounding guard to a great one the last few seasons. He's been showing more of a dedication to all aspects of the game.
And he makes the first.
Last season, Harden just put up some incredible numbers all across the board. His assists were leading, which nobody saw coming. He didn't have a big drop in his own scoring, even as he was creating so much more for others.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. Both good from the line that time. And with Harden, as you said, Chris, nobody saw his assist totals coming except maybe his coach, Mike D'Antoni, one of the Coach of the Year candidates, certainly all season long with what he did in that 55-win Rocket season. When Harden heard what his coach expected, Chris, he laughed it off.
Yeah, part of it was the system, but Harden just found his group. I mean, you think about just the seasons he's had, he just played incredible. And he's going to have to bring those turnover numbers down. Not used to playing with the ball and not used to being in that position that much. Expect the turnover numbers to come down this season.
Gentlemen, group shot. Group shot.
The first one falls. And Ryan Anderson perhaps personifies what it means to be a stretch four. He's 6'10". He came off the bench for 4 years in New Orleans. He's always been a great shooter, Chris, and was exactly what the Rockets were hoping he would be when they signed him.
Look, I know what Anderson was thinking. This is a match made in heaven. He was always a great offensive forward, but the system they use is just perfect for him.
And the shot goes in from Embiid.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
Harden the pass to Capella. Shoots from 12. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Capella. Harden's got 4 points this quarter.
When Harden really cashes in from the mid-range, I mean, he makes a living torching defense.
Embiid the screen. Tracks in the tray. And that's now 29 points for baddest one.
Yeah, and he made 3 3-pointers in the first quarter. He just continued to pour them on here in the second.
Gordon dishes to Harden. Anderson the screen. Williams with a clean look. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Oh, Harden is so good at finding the open man and a selfish superstar who really whips the ball over quickly.
Here's the bodyguard. 29 points for him last game against Dallas.
And he also drew a lot of fouls, forcing the defense to react to his aggressive style of play.
The 76ers have missed 2 free throws in the game, going 5 for 7. Good from Simmons. Nene, he's checked in for Houston. P.J. Tucker comes in for Anderson. No good on the second free throw. Houston leading by 5. And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Feeds to Harden. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of the game. There's Williams with the 3. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start this game.
Double screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Here's the bodyguard. He's got 11. the screen. Here's the bodyguard. On deep. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've reached halftime in this one. The Rockets on top as they end the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And Jets now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Game 6, first half for you. What was the most important thing that got you going?
Trying to be aggressive, trying to get out early and give a little spark to my teammates. And they followed along. So, it's just a matter of us not turning the ball over and getting stops.
So far, so good. Thanks, James. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 21 points, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. What do you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that high a percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that's all we can do for now. As the second half begins, we get you back to Kevin Harlan.
Day turning tonight here in the Southwest. We're in Houston. Welcome back, everyone. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. You know, baddest one has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him. A scoring machine here in that first half.
He's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. 8-point game. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. So on the floor for Philadelphia. Bodyguard is out there with baddest one. Then it's Simmons. Then it's the machine. And it's prime time at the 4. Taylor gets to a reason. Bob pass to Capella. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Elbow shot is on the way. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And that's 13 points for the bodyguard. Houston leading by 4. Taylor passes to Capella. There's the pick. Here's Harden on the wing. Loose out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball. And a moment here to look at where the shots have been coming from for the 76ers.
And when you look at this shot chart, you get a good visual of just how often they are settling for something outside. They have to know that this defense wants them to take those kinds of shots, and they would be a lot better off if they recommit to attacking the basket.
Philadelphia trails by 4. Passes it to baddest one. Here's the machine. Capella covering it. And so he draws the foul on the shot and took to the line to shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 9 at the line. to Ariza. Anderson the screen. Outside, Taylor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. On the 3 off target. Here's Philadelphia. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnover.
Yeah, I thought they were dialed in terms of what the other team was trying to do, and then showed the athleticism to turn it into a blowout.
Now here's Harden. 1 points in the game. The 11-footer. And all of them to win that time before dropping in. Taylor's got his second bucket of the game to go. In the corner, Simmons with it over Ariza. No good from Simmons. Houston leading by 4. Harden outside. Anderson dishes to Harden. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Ryan Anderson has such an easy stroke from distance. You can't help but notice it. He plants his feet so well and has a reliable motion.
And with Anderson, you talk about how quick his shot can come off, how quickly he gets that baby away. Chris, he really can open things up as a forward who needs a man close to him at all times.
What makes Anderson such a great deep ball threat is his height along with the release that he has, because his release is so high.
They throw good, James Harden.
What makes Harden so special is his explosiveness. This guy can just turn it on whenever he wants to on offense.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Philadelphia. And both free throws good for James Harden.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Simmons on the wing. The pass to the bodyguard. And the shot is good. The bodyguard's got 15.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And there's a whistle. That goes on the bodyguard. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's Houston with it. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Harden. It's blocked. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. On deep three-point range. Shot clock reset for Philadelphia. Here's the bodyguard. The machine takes it to Johnson. Here's the bodyguard. Guarded by Harden. Here's Pattis one. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. And now just a 2-point Houston lead. Right side Taylor. Rebound by the 76ers.
Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
Johnson right side. Here's the bodyguard. Capella sends it back. Ariza against Simmons. Ariza kicks to Taylor. The Rockets with another miss.
Well, they are a lousy 1 for 5 for the half. They need to find a way to get it going.
Pass to the body. Here's the machine with a tie, and the shot goes down. The machine's got it all tied up now for Philadelphia.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Taylor dishes to Harden. Capella sets a screen for Ariza. Back to Harden. Screen by Capella. Shot clock at 6. Ariza. Offensive rebound. Into end of drought, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Capella. And it's now 26 points for James Harden. bodyguard. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the fourth.
Taylor. And again, it's the Rockets from deep. Philadelphia trails by 6. To the right side. There's the triple. Nailed from three-point land. 18 points for the bodyguard.
Well, his strong shooting from the first half has carried over into the second.
Taylor gets to a reason. Now the dish dog. Down low. Got a piece of it. And now Philadelphia on the break. Here's baddest one. Another three for Philadelphia.
He is shooting the lights out from outside.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Houston moving it around. Right side, Taylor. Kicks on. Inside. Here's the bodyguard. Here's the machine. Count that bucket. The machine's got 6 in the quarter.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance.
Now the feed to Taylor. And they get it. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 5 assists tonight.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going out.
There's baddest one. He's got 34. Shoots. Pass to Simmons. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Clint Capella.
What mastery from Simmons, fooling the entire defense in the paint there.
For Philadelphia, they have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. Good from Simmons. Houston with a big group substitution here. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Capella. Nene comes in for Ryan Anderson. PJ Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for Taylor. Then for the 76ers, Embiid comes in for the machine. And it's TJ McConnell in for baddest one. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Harden kicks to Nene. Left side, Gordon. Now, here's Tucker. He's tightly guarded. Pocket 6. Oh, that's blocked.
And don't forget about the long reach that Simmons possesses. He uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with blocks like that.
And Tucker kicks to Gordon. Johnson with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Right wing. The bodyguard passes to Embiid. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out. The Rockets trail. Now, here's Tucker. 7 points in the game. Harden dishes to Tucker. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. In second, the Rockets.
And this team, in terms of scoring off the turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Sharge checked in for Johnson. Robert Covington subbed in for Simmons. The three from Harden. The shot misses. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. McConnell in the corner. Launches a three. Rebound by Nene. Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. So the wing on the left. the ball. Nene, the screen. For the tie. Tucker can't get it to go.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim. He hasn't lost his touch at all. Great shooting performance from him.
So it's the Rockets now. Philadelphia able to drain the three. Gordon kicks to Black. Dishes to Harper. Nene, the screen. Trying to be back on track. Over Embiid. The Rockets with another miss. Philadelphia leading by 5. To the middle. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. And 11 points for Joel Embiid.
Now that was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Well, the pace right now, that's being dictated to them. They have to try to get it back to their tempo, to their style of game.
My left stroke just went viral. Sit down.
On the 76ers with some changes. Reddick comes in for the bodyguard. And that is one subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Tucker the pass to Gordon. He kicks it to Hart. Will it go? Rebounded by Covington. The 76ers leading by 7. Reddick with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. Covington wide open. He fires. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a pretty guy.
Gordon dishes to Black. And here's Harden for 3. A three-pointers right on target. Harden's got 29 today.
And Harden scores the ball in so many ways. He can jumper off the drive, dunks, floaters. I mean, from way downtown.
Now here's Embiid. He's got 11. That's short off the rim.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, and getting right up on the jump shot.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
On the free throw, no good. The 76ers leading by 5. Baddest one, passes to Embiid, feeds it to Covington. He dishes it to Sharp. Just his first attempt. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Black's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Tarek Black is 6'9" center, undrafted out of Kansas. He was actually a graduate student there after graduating from the University of Memphis in just 3 years.
But this kid is a lot more than he's got. He did his master's degree in African American Studies in 2016. Someday he hopes to run for mayor of his hometown.
Again, Embiid missing. It's trailed by 3. Guys are seeing some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And Harden isn't just a remarkable scorer. I mean, really spreads the ball around the floor well.
Here's Bandis one. He's got 34. Pass to Covington. Fires the three. They get it back. He's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
The 76ers have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Troy Williams checked in for Tariq Black. Primetime's checked in for the 76ers. Trail. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gordon kicks to Harden. Outside Williams. Nene, the screen. Williams kicks the bucket. Williams has got 16 points.
And how about the consistency from range? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding the spots. No hesitation. He sits his time.
Reddick with the bucket.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last two possessions. They're going out.
Knocks it loose. From deep Harden. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And a great show through 3 quarters as we enter the fourth. Who will carry the day? Philadelphia ahead, up 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Rockets trail by 4. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. Nene is out there with P.J. Tuck, and it's Williams at small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Taken away by Nene, and the defense really pressing up on them. Made that a tough shot. Here's Bandis one, guarded by Harden. Stolen by Tucker. Fast break, here they come. Picks it out to Gordon. Nene, the screen. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Nene, the screen. A 3 from Harden. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Rockets. Outside, Reddick. Here's the pass to Bandis. Carried from 15 feet out. And the 76ers lead by 3.
He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, the stamp will be all over.
Master Gordon to tie it up. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Outside, Reddick. They set the screen. Kept alive. Here's the machine. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backcourt.
Now a timeout called by Houston. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. Have to like what we're seeing from Bandis one.
They can't leave him alone for a second on the perimeter. Not the way he's shooting the three right.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for P.J. Tucker. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Williams. And Taylor subbed in for Eric Gordon. Then for the 76ers, Simmons checked in for Robert Covington. And the bodyguards subbed in for J.J. Redick. Eric got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that break, Mike D'Antoni talked to his team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Thank you, David. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Baddest one. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Taylor. Screen by Capella. Harden inside the three-point line. Another miss by Houston. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. There's a good screen. Here's the bodyguard. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
3 triples in the first half, 3 in the second. Boy, do they add up.
Outside, Taylor. Anderson the screen. Outside, Taylor. To the paint, find the shoot. Here's Harden. And sticking right with the ditch the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
You know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Sixers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Here's Simmons, rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Harden, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. The Machine's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Harden. Harden's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring, but still, here they are in the league.
He beats it to a reason. Back to Harden. Here's the bodyguard, guarded by Harden. They get it again. Passes it to prime time. The 3 buries it from 3-point range. The bodyguard's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for the 76ers. Now here's Taylor. D right on him. Screen by Capella. Taylor kicks to Capella. There's a screen. Dish now to Ariza. Just 4 to shoot. Houston moving the ball around. And right away, they answer with a 3-pointer of their own.
Ariza just totally broke down the defense, exploiting any space they gave him off that pass.
Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Houston. And here's Ariza. Outside, Taylor. Simmons against Ariza. In the corner, Harden. Screen by Capella. Harden dishes to Capella. A 3 from Anderson. Simmons pulls it in. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. The pass, the baddest one. Here's the Machine. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds tonight.
It's been a rough game for them, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to it.
Taylor attacking to tie it up. It's deflected. And here we go. Here's prime time. And he He's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Two shots.
The first one falls. One goes in. 2 from the line that time. He's trailed by 4. Harden outside. Harden with the stop.
Oh, and Harden is just ferocious with his stuff, just ramming into the defense's face.
It's the Madison. Takes the 3. Connects from 3-point range. Madison's got 5 points in the quarter.
That league's only going to keep going if he keeps shooting like he has so far.
Anderson the string. On the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Now the 76ers taking the other way.
He's not the only one to blame for this.
Oh, see that? He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And that last replay, courtesy of Under Armour. Another unleashed chaos moment. He's got a clear path. Here's the machine. Boom!
That's how you attack. Wow.
Back to the rim, baby. Boom, bop.
Houston strong, 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Taylor passes to Harden. Ariza outside. Anderson the screen. Outside, Taylor. Shot clock at 6, and it's blocked. Oh, here we go with Simmons. Nobody back. And then Simmons slams it in.
You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like that.
Harden kicks to Anderson. It's Ariza on the wing. Capella with a screen on Simmons. Ariza goes in.
Trevor Ariza, the veteran out of UCLA, he still gives you a little bit of everything on the wing. He's great in transition. He can hit shots from anywhere, but, you know, he's always going to lead.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And during Ariza's career, he has established himself as an effective role player and fantastic outside shooter and a tenacious defender.
All free throws good from Trevor Ariza. And Philadelphia has possession. This is into Madison. From outside, out from arm. And with Ariza, think back to when he was a young player finding his way in his NBA out of UCLA, and Kobe took him under his wing when they played together for the Lakers, and now he is paying it forward. He's helping young players.
Yeah, he has a great work ethic instilled in him from his time with Kobe. He's always been a leader. He knows how things work in this league, and the reason he's showing all the younger players on his team the ins and outs of how to succeed.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Now Taylor. Harden outside to the inside. Capella. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Here's the bodyguard. Kicks it to Simmons. Here's the screen. Harden with the defensive effort. Gets trailed by 10. Outside, Taylor. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Bass 1. That's his 5th foul.
Tough call there, but you have to be smart there. I mean, he now has 5 in this game.
Outside, Taylor. Now the feed to Harden. Knocks down the 3-ball. Harden's got 42 in the game.
He is just self-willing this team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the 76ers lead by 10. Houston's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the 4th quarter so far. Outside Taylor. To the paint. Capella with the bucket.
And Capella is very efficient now. He uses his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
Out to the right wing. Here's Baddis 1. Off target from outside. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. The 76ers leading by 8. Now the pass to Primetime. Hits it from 3-point range. Primetime's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Recognize our Jordan player of the game, Baddis 1.
Yeah, his performance has been a jaw dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Kicks to Taylor. Back to Harden. Here's the 3. A reason to watch. The 76ers leading by 11. Pass to the body. Here's Primetime. He's covered by Anderson. The bodyguard passes to Baddis. Here's the machine for the 3. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 mates.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
When you're up by double digits, they're trying to keep the momentum, keep the foot on the net. That's his focus right now.
The Rockets again can't hit. 76ers shooting well. 50% from the floor. Here's Baddis 1. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Just terrific determination. First compiling the lead and now building on it.
Oh man, this is late in the game. It's tough for a team to come back. Everything has to fall in place.
Sinks the triple.
Okay, we got a nice
go back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defense is adjusting.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You gotta protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possesses.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Philadelphia.
Nothing like second chance buckets to pick up the scoring pace.
Yeah, it was impressive how they piled on the extra points, hitting the offensive glass, and it also winning the 50-50 ball battle.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Baddest-One.
Just the scoring alone. I mean, it's a fantastic game for him. Capella is just fantastic at dunking it home, leaving no mistake on these kinds of chances near the hoop.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. There's the pick. Here's Baddest-One, and he trucks that one in. Baddest-One's got 47 points.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
Well, they've gotten serious, stringing together some game-winning buckets.
Lets it go. Will not go. This is off the front iron. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You'd never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Craig Anthony, and Chris Weber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.